Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to UPro Colombo for the final series of the 2025 Indoor Cricket World Cup. I'm Cameron Walter, and it's time now for the Women's World Cup final between Australia and New Zealand. Ladies and gentlemen, here at UPro, please put your hands together for our two World Cup finalists. I'd also like to congratulate the umpire who will stand in today's Women's World Cup final, Andrew Potts. Now, we don't have a toss today. The decision was made by agreement. I have the captains with me, Megan Dixon and Marama Downs. Megan, tell me about your decision to bat first.
I think we just want runs on the board in a final. We back our batting attack and also with their ball, and I think in the field we've been quite on and back our bowling performance to get the job done.
And how's the team? You got straight through to the final, an extra game rest, you all prepared? How's the nerves? Tell me about it.
Yeah, I think we're in a really good spot. I think it was hard for us today because we have a squad of 12, and to pick only 8 players when everyone's in form was really, really hard. So I think that shows depth in the team that we have. So it's been really, it was a hard choice, but we're in a good spot.
Great. Well, good luck and go and join your team.
Thank you.
Marama, how about your decision to bowl first?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a really good bowling and fielding unit, and we just want to go out there and restrict them to as little runs as possible, and then we back our batters to go out there and chase.
You had to play an extra game to get through to the World Cup final. How's the team fighting fit? Nerves playing a role? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, we are the underdogs in this situation. Australia are obviously always the team to beat, so we kind of have nothing to lose. The girls are hungry for a challenge, and we're ready to go.
Excellent. Well, enjoy the game. Good luck.
Thank you.
But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting set for a massive final, and on behalf of everyone here and at home, best of luck to both Australia and New Zealand. Here in the venue, if you could please be upstanding for the national anthems of Australia and New Zealand.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth of toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every state of birds Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing of birds Australia
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a fantastic moment in sport. The national anthems of the competing side ahead of the big dance. Yes, this is the Women's World Cup final between Australia and New Zealand. If you've just tuned in, I'm Cameron Walter. With me is Paul Botterill and Chris Griffin. I'll take you through the two-team lineups, starting with the Australia side. They are captained by Megan Dixon. With her is Nisha Isles, Delane Yowie, Ashley Doble-Judge, Emily Valance, Kylie Rattray, Courtney Hewitt and Samantha Dixon. The New Zealand side is captained by Marama Downs. With her is Tatiana Gibbs, the vice-captain, Gemma Krebs, Saffron Wilson, Claire Crooks, Hannah Francis, Anika Todd and Michaela Mason-Jones. The umpire for the match is Andrew Potts, and I can report, as I did in the pre-game interviews, there was no toss. These two sides agreed. Australia were happy to bat, New Zealand were happy to bowl, and we're all set up here for a massive grand final. Australia, of course, the defending world champions, coming into this match as red-hot favourites. They've dominated the tournament so far here at the Indoor Cricket World Cup. They've remained undefeated. They've accounted for New Zealand on all previous occasions, and well, as both sides come into the final game with their best possible combinations, anything is possible. Paul Botterill, it's a good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Cam. Fantastic to be here. Looking forward to a great game. I think in these events, one of the real truths of it is requires real honesty from everyone involved. The more you think the other team might be able to beat you, the more you've got to be prepared to find some kind of risk to take in a game. Now, Australia will be short price favourites here. I think most Australians expect them to win by 100 or so. I don't think 60 or so is more realistic, but the question is, what are New Zealand going to do to see if they can change that result? Because what they can't do is just get an arm wrestle and let that result happen. And big call out to Australian coach Billy Fly. It's nice to have you around, buddy. Hope you're having a good tournament. Hope you lose this one.
Now. So Emily Valance and Ashley Doble-Judge at the crease. Doble-Judge is on strike. Michaela Mason-Jones will get us underway. It's the Women's World Cup final. A chance at the top. The throw is wide. Doble-Judge is home.
And New Zealand need a start. If they are going to compete in this, there's a couple of things they have to do. They have to bowl at the stumps. If they bowl outside of stump, Australia will murder them. And they've got to convert their chances into wickets. Another one, that one is out.
Some miscommunication early from the Australians, and New Zealand cash in an early wicket, perhaps setting the tone for this fielding innings.
Yeah, they'll be thrilled with that great start, and that's what you want. You know, this partnership will now be under pressure for at least a couple of overs while they try and dig out of it. You find another one, you build it along. Nice skill from the Kiwi girl. Anika Todd missed the first one, got the second one.
Valance finds the net for 3.
Yeah, and looking at the matchups, 108-38 the first time they played in Australia's way. Then it got bigger, 136-37. All the records say Australia are the heavy favourites.
Doble-Judge finding the net.
I do think that Australia are the heavy favourites, and what that means for New Zealand is they should better play unencumbered cricket. They've just got to go out here. They've got nothing to lose. They've got to go out here and try and create some pressure and try and do some special stuff and see if they can find a run.
But in those previous matchups, there's been one player that stood up from New Zealand, that's Saffron Wilson. She's showed up in form with bat and ball each time. and been the leading effort taker, I guess, leading net contributor for New Zealand.
No run. Ball flat. It was in the gap. It found the net, but Australia happy to take 4 from the opening over despite the loss of that wicket. Do we have any sense of what New Zealand will believe they can chase?
Oh, I think, 80, 90 will be what they believe they can chase. They've probably got a pair that might struggle, so I think they'll want to be chasing less than that if they can.
Tatiana Gibbs doing the bowling. Great shot there from Doble Judge. And another wicket falls. Great piece of work there for New Zealand.
Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, looks home. Take it back.
So I believe they've reviewed this, so I think short.
Oh, bail off there.
Yep.
There we go.
So 2 early wickets here for New Zealand. Apologies if there's still music playing. I have called the production team to try to get them to stop that. And in the process was slightly distracted. Chance at the top. Double Judge through. Australia move to 4.
Emily Vance has only played against New Zealand once this tournament, but she's made it count. She ended up with 25, so one to watch.
A dot ball off the over. Off the last ball of the over, rather. 1 for none. Australia remain on 4. And again, my apologies for that music playing. We'll make sure that doesn't happen again. Although I'm sure some of you would prefer it to listening to me. But c'est la vie, as they say.
To both of us, I think, Cam.
Can they get the music in our headphones as well? Or?
Look, this is what this game needed, right? Australia comes out, goes 10-10-10, and really it's just possession from there, right? New Zealand gets some early wickets. They're in the game. That's what we need. Hopefully we'll see a contest.
Hannah Francis, the bowler.
I was talking to Billy before I came up, and obviously he wants his team to win and to win well, but I think there's a part of him that would also like to see them in a contest for a while. As long as they win.
The dot ball there. It'll be second ball. Australia will need to score from this delivery. Excellent shot to see it off for Valance.
I believe the music situation's now fixed.
Yep.
Was it good music?
I got confirmation that it was. That's why I was talking about it.
New Zealand doing a better job here of bowling straighter.
Second ball, they have got to go. Doble Judge gets there. A single with a ball to come.
Yeah, they are bowling a lot straighter and getting there in different ways. They're bringing that 2-leg side field into play and being quite disciplined bowlers.
Yeah, they're going to need to do this for the whole game if they're going to be competitive.
Straight to Anika Todd. Fumble and just a single. 6 runs off the over. Australia 10 runs after 3. It's a critical over coming up here. Another wicket and Australia will genuinely be in trouble early here in the World Cup final. Full, driven. You get through for 1.
Fumble or another chance.
Yeah. So a few nerves out there. Australia have lost a couple of wickets. New Zealand haven't claimed every chance they've seen. Full. Patient from Doble Judge. Down up 2 on the offside. Oh, is that taken? No, it gets to the back net. A desperate effort there from Gemma Krebs. That would have been an absolute belter. She managed to pouch that. Just missed a single live. The ball into the leg side fielder, but not in the hand. And Doble Judge through for a run with 2 balls remaining.
New Zealand doing really well so far, just competing.
Well, I thought that was a bump ball, but Valance didn't think so. She hit it, so I've got to believe her. And it's out, caught in the back court.
Yeah, I think half the New Zealand side thought it was caught and half the New Zealand side thought it was bump ball.
No, definitely in the air. And that's out. A late wicket. Australia were building back to 20. Now going to finish well below that. 13 on the board. A great set of 4 there from New Zealand. They've pegged this Australian opening pair back to 13 and the contest alive here in the Women's World Cup final.
Yeah, I think New Zealand's bowled a really good line and put a bit of pressure on the Australians. Good on them. They're right in the hunt early, and that's what we need to see. And, you know, the first thing New Zealand's got to do to win is to have this game be close for as long as they possibly can, you know. I think regularly Australia are going to be 35 after 4 overs. To have them 13 is a brilliant effort from New Zealand, who's completed some outs, bowled some good areas. And the bowling is the big improvement for me. Clarity around line.
So Delane Yowie and Samantha Dixon at the crease now for Australia, a formidable combination.
Yeah, this partnership, it's got youth and experience, but Dixon, 144 runs, leading run scorer for the Australians. And Yowie, she knows her role. She's going to turn over strike and just try and feed it to Dixon as she takes on this New Zealand attack. And Anika Todd starting up.
Anika Todd bowling the 5th. Delane Yowie will face the first ball. Driven. No run. A little bit of a juggle there from Marama Downs, but did enough to stop Australia running. It'll be second ball now. They must score, the Australian side. Oh, not sure Delane Yowie realised it was second ball. She called no.
Padded up as well.
Yeah. Down up single. Oh, top of off stump. Anika Todd knocks over Delane Yowie. New Zealand right on top of the world champions here.
Big change from the Kiwis. What we are not seeing is the ball outside off stump and being smashed into the pitch and over the offside net, while we're seeing them as bowl very straight and create pressure and hit the poles.
Oh, and through to the back. It gets through the hands of Gemma Krebs and past Marama Downs at the back. And Yowie immediately recovers those 5 runs. Brings the over to an end. 3 runs from it. New Zealand on the hunt here.
If you're New Zealand, this is the perfect start. This is exactly what you're after. You're going to try and attack those stumps into the legs and produce wickets, and they've done just that. But even small details such as Dixon just then in the last ball, she was waiting for the call, eyes up cricket. She looked at her partner and then they made the call decisively. Those sort of little details could be the difference in a tight contest.
Gemma Krebs is going to bowl the 6th over. Full toss. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't believe that's not a no ball. It's called eventually, and a down and up 2 as well. 4 runs from the ball.
First time New Zealand slipped outside off stump, and immediately Australia looked very comfortable.
Full and driven. A deflection. That's out. Oh, Yowie got back. Oh, I thought she got back. Apparently not. A deflection of Marama Downs rolls back onto the stumps and a wicket falls.
Sometimes I guess it's better to be lucky than good.
Came back off her foot.
Yeah, the bail just falls.
Yeah. Downs didn't even know it was out. I'll bowl there, Jim.
Sent to the back court for 4 for Yowie. 1 ball remains.
I've seen that twice now where it's been a wicket and then a boundary and just following up 1 or 2 balls later. This game back and forth constantly.
Oh,
that needs to be out.
well, it's 2. Probably need to see that again. I mean, it looked to me like Yowie, and I don't know if this was because she actually had made contact, but it looked like she was starting to run to the right of screen to avoid the fielder, but that's the same direction the fielder was going in. That might just be, okay, I'm trying to avoid it, but I picked the wrong direction to run in. Would have worked, obviously, she'd moved to the left. And I can't imagine Yowie would intentionally run in a way which is going to take her longer to make her crease. So, again, you've got to get in someone's head, though. But I think at the very least, there's got to be a conversation about that.
No, I agree.
Michaela Mason-Jones to bowl. Dixon starts with 2. Flat, but not in the hand, and the Australians are through for 2 runs.
Mason-Jones just getting in swing, sometimes even later, into the 2 right-handers. Could prove dangerous if she gets it right.
Second ball now, Australia must score. Drag short. Finds the net for 2. Comfortable two to Yowie this time, a ball to come.
Australians now starting to bounce the ball on the leg side with some authority. Still the best option for New Zealand. Keep them doing this. It's better than giving them work to letting them bounce on the offside.
A single there to close out the over, and 9 runs from it. A much better one there for Australia. This pair, despite losing a couple of wickets, 2 of them in fact are 20 with an over to come. I think that's a direct result. You made the point earlier, Chris. Both wickets in the next couple of balls, it's either the next ball 5 or they've gone 1-4. So the wickets have been erased quite quickly. Saffron Wilson is going to bowl the last over to this partnership. It's through the gap. 2 runs.
I mentioned at the start that Wilson, she's taken 3 from off 3 and then another wicket. So leading wicket taker against Australia in 2 matches with 4.
Chance for Nika Todd, the ball not in the hands. Use of the feet, just a single. No run there, big appeal. It's optimistic.
Let's have a look at it, eh? Bump ball.
Yeah, I thought it was a bump ball.
Let's have a look. I'm sure you're right.
Oh, no.
That is simply out.
Yeah, that is definitely out. And see, to me,
That
2
needs to
runs
be
off. That to me is one that you can review. Like, I know we'll talk about this during the week, that, okay, you introduce reviews for catches and all of a sudden, you get these completely ambiguous ones, but you will get the clear-cut ones, and that was one of them. A replay of that, everyone goes, you know what? That should have been out.
Well, particularly under the DRS system where New Zealand's only going to review that if it is out.
Yeah.
They're not going to review a bump ball, right? So therefore, clearly right now, I'm 100% in favour of it because, great to see the women's final right now as a contest. I think many people thought of all the games today, this game was the one that was less likely to be a contest. But New Zealand have bowled so much better. I think these ladies have had a very long stern chat about where they've been bowling, got it back into the right areas, and they're not knocking Australia over or doing anything insane, but they're just bowling good areas. Feel for them, the catch would have been a help at this point.
So Megan Dixon and Courtney Hewitt batting third after the second pair have posted 29 runs. It's going to be the New Zealand captain, Marama Downs, to her opposite number in Megan Dixon. Inside the line, a dot ball to start, second ball immediately.
That second pair was a bit of an arm wrestle. I think Australia just coming out on top, offsetting the first pair, but as we said, we're expecting over 100 potentially from Australia. Finals do bring the scores down, but it's a good start for New Zealand.
Megan Dixon presents the full face, finds the net for 2 runs, seeing off second ball. Again inside the line, left by Hewitt. A dot ball. Another second ball opportunity now for the New Zealand skipper. Oh, gets past Anika Todd on the 3 line, all the way to the back net for 4. Courtney Hewitt's opening runs. Great shot there from the Australia captain, 2 runs. A ball to come now in the 9th. Called through, chanted to keeper's end. Dixon's home. And it's 9 runs off the over. A good start for the third pair here for the Aussies. Leg side to start the Tatiana Gibbs over.
Not her favourite decision of all time by the look of it. Always a bit tough down there, one. I like the umpires calling what they see. If it's a wide, it's a wide.
Does that extend to bump balls?
No, wide's a wide. A catch is a catch, Cam. You know, out is out. You know, we could put that in the rule book if you like for the Australian umpires. Out is out.
He's not an Australian umpire at the moment. He's the umpire. But, I recall.
As the commentator.
I recall a wink from you the other night when Sri Lanka had a catch not given off the back of the bat down in the front court against New Zealand.
Yeah, I think that it is fair to say that there's some things that are systematic and some things that are occasional. And New Zealand occasionally gets a good decision. They had a good night last night. Got a couple. To be fair, there were a couple of obstructions in the field calls that could have offset them for mine as well. And in fairness, bump ball decisions are really hard.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's occurred in between that ball and the umpire is the batter. So you are kind of relying on the trajectory. And it is the last ball of the over now. It's in the gap. A chance for Anika Todd. Didn't have it cleanly in the hand. And that completes an excellent over there for the Aussies. 10 runs from it.
A good partnership from Australia. New Zealand just needs to take the wides out. Keep fighting hard.
Hannah Francis will bowl. Fulham wide, beaten outside off. It'll be second ball.
Really impressive for the Australians to see off Tatiana Gibbs, the leading wicket taker, with only 1 wicket. Francis is their second leading wicket taker, so they're going hard at the captain here.
Who goes hard at the ball, hits centre to the back for 7. A big shot from a big game player, the Australia captain.
Just gets it up there and swinging and goes with it, taking it just slightly on the leg side. It's a beautiful shot.
Just missed Hewitt, down up 2 on the offside to follow up the 7 from Dixon. Beaten. Very nearly bowled.
Doesn't Dixon know it? The look on her face just then.
It is second ball. Australia must score from this delivery or they will be out. Single, 10 runs off the over, another good one for Australia. They have an over Excuse me, there's a ball left. I'm getting a ball ahead of myself. Last ball now of the 11th. And straight through. Francis goes through Hewitt. A huge wicket that pegs that over back to 5. Australia back to 66.
Important ball for New Zealand. Good shape. It seems to me that the full stuff is doing them some good as well. It's not just a change in line. They seem to be bowling fuller to me. They're trying to take the bounce out, I think. And if that's the plan from Andrew Richardson, it's a really good plan.
Really trying to counteract this pair. Wilson back for a second.
Here is Saffron Wilson to Megan Dixon. Dixon through for 2, flat in the gap. Called through a chance. Probably needed to hit. Two to Megan Dixon. 3 balls remain in the partnership. They've moved to 29. Inside the line, fair delivery. Second ball, they have to score. Straight to the fielder, a direct hit, and Megan Dixon run out at the keeper's end. A late wicket there for the Kiwis.
Just a great bit of leg side play. Keeps it clean, direct head, leaves Dixon short. That's what New Zealand need to do if they're going to keep this total down. If they're going to get them under 100 and make it somewhat chaseable.
You know, for me at this stage, and it's only me, and I get there if everyone else won't be, but for me it's not even about chaseable just yet. It's just about the fact that this team had quite a demoralising loss the other day. They really did get put to the sword a little bit. I'm just really proud of them. They've made good adjustments, they've played really well, and what they're providing us is a contest, and I love that. Can they chase us down? That's a completely another story for me. But I love the fact that this isn't 35, 35, 35 and Australia's gone at this stage, you know. Right now this is still a competitive game, and New Zealand's bowled with a far better plan, and you know, that's what you can do, right? One of the questions for New Zealand is always how do we catch Australia. For the rest of the world, it's how we catch New Zealand. One of the things you've got to do is have a look at your own game and, okay, what are we doing we can do better? New Zealand has taken away the freebie on a length outside off stump, banging it aside near for 2 from Australia, and made it hard for them, and that's what you can do. I think they've done really well.
So 26 from that third pair, 68 on the board with Kylie Rattray and Nisha Isles now at the crease for Australia. It's going to be Anika Todd to bowl the World Cup in the balance here. Both sides remain in the contest. Here is Todd to Rattray. Starts with a wide. It finds the 3 net. Single there. That's a wonderful shot there from Kylie Rattray. A wire. Safe as houses, 2. 2 balls remain. Through for a single.
Oh, close to the keeper's end. There's a World Cup going wandering past. I often wonder what they look like.
No run there. Ball straight in the hands. Brings the over to an end. 9 runs from it for this final partnership for Australia. They will start the next over on second ball.
Isles and Rattray, both from South Australia, both know each other well, both well experienced. There's no accident that Billy Flores has put these two in last to close out the innings, regardless of what the situation is. They're going to get the Australians off to a good start and consistent start. If you're New Zealand, you've got to out enthuse. They're not going to make many mistakes running between wickets and calls. You've got to beat them with your speed.
Gemma Krebs to bowl. Nisha Isles will face the first ball. Again, it is second ball. Australia have to score. It's flat in the gap, not in the hand for Anika Todd, and 2 runs to Isles. It's half a chance, but Rattray's home and another 4 to the tally. Followed up with a wide from Krebs.
New Zealand left with their least experienced bowlers and the least effective bowlers to finish this game off as well, and they can't be given away two runs for free.
Comfortable 2 there to Nisha Isles. Oh, Rattray sent it to the back court. 7 runs this time. That's big runs. And this is turning into quite an over for the Aussies. Isles and Rattray, part of the national champion South Australia side. Know each other's game pretty well. Brings the over to an end. 17 runs from it. That is a huge over. They will start the next over on second ball, but Australia under pressure early. The first pair lost plenty of wickets, only managed 13. The second pair lost wickets early, came back to 29. The third pair lost wickets late, back to 26. This final pair on 26, 2 overs through. And Australia looking odds on now to go past 100 with ease. Marima Downs will bowl the 15th. Second ball, Australia have to score. Chance at either end. Marima Downs looking to catch Nisha Isles napping, but nothing doing. Direct hit, and that's out. A much needed wicket for New Zealand. Something from nothing, really. And that sends Australia back to 90 runs. Great shot from Kylie Rattray. Full face into the offside net, 2 runs. Isles this time through for 2. Same side of the court, 2 balls remain. 3 net. So handy runs there for Rattray.
Despite the run out, it feels like there hasn't been a second ball option in quite some time now. They continue to turn over the strike and just inching closer to that 100 mark, which has seen them successful plenty of times before.
Yeah, batting really well. I think it's been a good over from Downs. You know, and
Brings you over to an end. I'll start the next over. The final over of the innings on second ball. So 3 runs off the over, 97 on the board. Australia again threatening 100 plus.
I think in the last over we're starting to see the Australians really expand their game. We saw a couple of back nets, big 7, and New Zealand just managed to pull it back down to 1s and 2s and that over 3 in there as well, but really not too much damage, and they'll be looking to get out of this now for, you know, they'd love to get out of this for 2 and stay under 100, but I think, you know, 6 or 7, 103, 104, they'll be pretty happy with that if that's where it ends out. They've got a bowler over to do that.
Claire Crooks, second ball, starts with a wide. Now, not only does that see off second ball, Australia don't need to run. They get the runs and the ball again as it's the last over of the pair and indeed the innings. Oh, full toss, goes the journey. It would have been out if Crooks could hit the sticks. But it's 7 runs, another 7 to Rattray, who moves to 28. Left alone, another wide.
Yeah, could get damaging here. I figure that may mean that Downs bowled herself to stop it in the 15th and she was going to bowl the 16th, and they may pay for that.
One run. Another wide. And Rattray, off her own stick, has now got the second highest skin of the innings. Still 3 to come.
She's flattened down quite a lot, which I think is a good idea. Just bowl flat into the middle here for a little while, see how you go. If they hit you for 7, they hit you for 7, but you can't bowl so close to leg stump, you bowl wides all the time. So she stopped giving it some air, she's flattened it down.
That was second ball, seen off with 2 to Isles and a ball to come in the innings now. Two runs to finish. An incredible partnership of 49 for the Australian side. The defending champions posting 117. A large part of that thanks to 34 runs from 15 deliveries for Kylie Rattray. But 117 on the board here in the Women's World Cup final. That's going to take some chasing, folks. It's Australia up against New Zealand. We are live from UPro Colombo for the final day of the 2025 Indoor Cricket World Cup. I'm Cameron Walter with Paul Botterill and Chris Griffin alongside. The Aussies started slowly. They built back nicely and absolutely cashed in at the back end of that innings to post an imposing total here in the World Cup final. New Zealand, it'll be interesting to see how they come about this run chase. And don't forget, folks, one more final to come today from 3 p.m. local time. It is the Men's World Cup final, also featuring Australia and New Zealand. So please do stay with us for the run chase here and then that World Cup final. 117 on the board for Australia. Paul Botterill, who thought that they would be there after the first couple of overs?
Oh, I think that's always been on the cards, Cam. Great finish from the end and great hitting in the last partnership. In truth, I still think it's a much better effort from New Zealanders. They've bowled far better. I think they've shown that they can get to the Australians, which they haven't really looked like doing it up until now. So congratulations to the Australians. They've got their 117 and they've batted really well at the end. I think they can always do that, right? We've seen them do this before. What New Zealand has done is taken away a lot of the easy work runs they've been scoring the other games against them, made them work really hard, missed a couple of outs, and in the end, a bit of brilliance from one of the players has got Australia into a really strong position. But that's World Cup finals, right?
Chris Griffin, your thoughts on whether New Zealand can rein in this 117?
Well, just looking at the previous results, Downs, she's the star bat. She's the leading run scorer for the team. She's 147 runs this tournament. But when she's had to face Australia, she's got totals of 10 and 11. That won't be good enough. Now, the other people that can score runs and contribute, Krebs, Mason Jones, they both got 120 each, and Saffron Wilson, as we said, 119 and contributing against Australia. Look, I think that 49 at the end might be a little bit too much, but if they're going to do it, they're the characters you should be looking at.
Well, two of those out on the court to open the batting for New Zealand's Gemma Krebs and Michaela Mason-Jones. So important for New Zealand they get off to a good start. You can say that and think, well, okay, Australia, they only got 13 off the first pair and then they went on to score 117, but chasing's different. Chasing is different, and you need a good, positive start here to take as much pressure off the back half of the innings as possible.
Yeah, I don't think leaving 49 for the last New Zealand partnership to win this is a good idea. So New Zealand's got to get together for partners, but I think most importantly, this is a team that lost some players late. They've turned up, they've been pretty good. What they've got to do is put in performance here. They've just got to go as deep as they can, bat as long as they can, and see if they can get them to turn their way late. To win it would be a massive upset, but I'd like to see them compete for as long as they can in this innings.
So it is Gemma Krebs and Michaela Mason-Jones at the crease for New Zealand. Nisha Isles has the ball in hand. New Zealand need 118 to take the title off Australia, and it starts now. Into the field, two at one end. Australia don't have the ball. It's gone dead. Left the court, so we'll have that first ball again. Oh. Okay, so if it's second ball, if the ball counts, why did they cross back? Did Gemma Krebs not face that first ball? Oh, okay, so saying it's a dead ball before they crossed, I think is what I understand. So it is a dot ball.
Complicated.
Yeah, it is. So two. So just to recap that, by the sounds of it, Andrew Potts is saying that the ball was dead as soon as the ball left the court, which was before they crossed, and that therefore it is a dot ball, and the person who faced that ball faces the next one.
But if the ball leaves the field before both batters are safe, the ball gets replayed.
Yeah, I'm not sure I quite get it. A tip from Ahmed Khawaja at indoorcricket.news. 117 is exactly what Australia scored in the 2022 World Cup final, and won that by 6 runs.
To be fair, against a better New Zealand, that sounds awful, I don't mean that, but against the New Zealand side with more game breakers. Over to you for the wicket.
A second ball out here, run out. Nisha Isles beating the bat, and the first wicket falls. Last ball for Nisha Isles' first over. It's in the gap. 2 runs. And 1 run off the opening over here in New Zealand's run chase.
I'd like to see Malma Downs bat second for New Zealand here.
Yeah, me too. They've got to go out as hard as they can, as early as they can, and just take as much, not only take the pressure off the last couple of pairs, but put some pressure on Australia. If they think, well, hang on, New Zealand are in this game, some mistakes will start to creep in, they'll drag a ball down, get fearful of going to the back, all of those things. Emily Valance to bowl the second over. Starting to build back now, New Zealand. Finding the net. Another two. 2 balls remain. Need to string a few overs like this together, New Zealand. And Krebs hits it on in the air, but wide of the 3-line fielder and all the way to the back for important runs for New Zealand. Here's the over to an end. 11 runs off that over, an excellent over. New Zealand, as I said, will need a few more overs like that, back to back, to stay in the hunt here. Club World Series coming up in South Africa, April 2026. Register at clubworldseries.com. No ball off the pitch. Could be out. It is. It's an old no ball run out trick. Delane Yowie with the rabbit up her sleeve. Gets another wicket for Australia.
Yowie has managed to take 5 wickets, now 6 against New Zealand in these matchups throughout the tournament. Doesn't look like the most threatening bowler, but knows where to put it, and she's taking wickets for fun against the Kiwis.
Yowie again, but into the roofing net this time. Great shot from Michaela Mason-Jones. Krebs facing, partnership 11.
Two balls remaining for Yowie. Delane Yowie first represented the Australian women's side in 1999.
She looks young for her age, Cam.
She's played in the 2000 World Cup, the 2004 World Cup, the 2014 World Cup, 2017 World Cup, 2022 World Cup, and 2025 World Cup. So this is her 6th World Cup for Australia. And that's a pretty impressive record.
That's a heck of a record, and particularly for a keeper.
Yeah.
Those bodies get punished a fair bit. They're up and down a lot. And she's done it, she's done it with a smile on her face the whole way. She's one of the most friendly, relaxed cricketers I've ever met,
Absolute legend. And without question, a future Hall of Famer with a record like that. 18 on the board through 3 overs here for New Zealand. Megan Dixon will bowl. Last over the pair, so they'll get the ball and they'll get the ball again and the runs. Two runs to Krebs. Second ball now. Once more, New Zealand need to score. It's a wide. Negates the second ball, and again they'll get the delivery again. Once again, it is second ball. New Zealand have to score. 2 balls remain in the partnership. And another wide. Megan Dixon not sure about the call. Looked okay, as in for being wide from where I am. Another dot ball, another second ball opportunity.
It's a great pick up there at the 3 line. Just building the pressure.
Through for 2. That completes the opening set for New Zealand. 28 runs from it. That's pretty much what they need to stay in the hunt. It might be slightly behind on the imaginary worm graph, but New Zealand right in this World Cup final with Anika Todd and Tatiana Gibbs heading to the crease to bat second. Still anyone's game.
Yeah, look, a great start for the Kiwis. They'll be thrilled with it. Well done to Krebs and Mason Jones. They've batted really well. They've called really well. They've run really well. Another really good start from them.
It just shows with Dixon, when she gets it right, she can actually do a lot of damage and make it really hard for New Zealand. Letting them off with a few wides, no doubt. But Krebs, great effort from her, 23 of that effort, and that's very impressive. Looking at this pair, Tatiana Gibbs, she's about mid-range, but Anika Todd, she struggled with the bat, so she might be a potential weakness.
Yeah.
Samantha Dixon gets us back underway. It'll be a dot ball and second ball immediately.
Anika Todd's a bit like Tyne Alarm for me. She's a very, very good cricketer. But she comes from a family that plays indoor cricket, but she's only played so much indoor cricket. And
Samantha Dixon does the job. A wicket early in this second partnership. That stings for New Zealand.
Yeah, it will sting for New Zealand. Anika Todd needs to just back her cricket ability, back her eye. She'll be looking to drive what's up. She needs to work hard against the rest of it. And Tadiana Gibbs needs to just refocus, start again.
Great shot there from Gibbs. The first runs brings Todd on to face her first ball. The single to backward square.
One thing I like about Sam Dixon is just how tight she gets to the stumps as she's coming in. Not always, sometimes she'll vary, but you don't see that very much in indoor cricket.
Left alone, well inside the line, a dot ball to finish, and they'll start the next over on second ball, having scored -1 from this opening over to the second pair.
28 in the first for New Zealand. Gibbs and Todd now looking to see if they can add another 20 or so to this chase.
Emily Valance to bowl. No change to that. It's going to be Kylie Rattray. Second ball. Chance for Hewitt. The flick is wide and Gibbs is home with 2. Short and wide, put away for 2. Chance, it'll be out. Smart cricket, too good from Australia. The run probably not there. Isles had all the time in the world to go to either end and knew she'd get it at the keepers.
Yeah, I think they ran on contact a little bit there for New Zealand.
Final ball of the over. A dot to finish, which will make the first ball of the next over second ball. 1 for 2 off this over. New Zealand's second pair still in single digits. They'll need one heck of a recovery for the next 2 overs. Need 20 plus this pair.
Rattray, just a great over, using her experience, not bowling wides, not giving away no balls, just making New Zealand play the side nets. That's not going to be enough at this stage.
Second ball, here's Courtney Hewitt. Should be out, and here's another wicket. Although it took a second effort, the first swipe at the stumps from Rattray missed the bails, and that gave Well, is it out or not? They've reviewed it, I think. So
Yeah, was it given out? Is it Australia reviewed it or New Zealand reviewed it?
I'm not sure. I think it's been given not out. So you see the first swipe missed the bails. Second one goes at them and it's still out. New Zealand in trouble now. Here's a wide. You'd think Downs definitely needs to bat next. It's in the air and taken. A little juggle, but secured in the end. New Zealand's second partnership back to -7.
Yeah, I think Downs definitely should have batted this pair. I mean, we didn't see it, but it might be too little too late if they keep taking wickets.
Oh, direct hit, another wicket. Australia in complete control of the World Cup final. New Zealand have reviewed it. This one is going to be tight, but a direct hit, they are always more out than they look to the naked eye. Let's have a look. Here comes the bat. Looking okay from here. Ooh. On that angle, in.
Working in.
Yeah. And I think even between frames, I think you'll find, just looking at the distance the bat has to go and the ball has to go, I think another angle would probably show the same result.
Between.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, in.
Between frames for me, it goes to the original decision.
Well, the between frames is, it doesn't go to the original. It shows what the next frame shows. So I think we definitely need some higher frame rate cameras. But
We've got 4 years to work that out.
yeah, but both these angles, the first time you see the bails off, the bat is in. And I don't know how that's given out. I have no idea how that's given out.
Well, at least
What?
social media is going to be busy for the next half hour, Cam.
What am I missing?
Well, I can't answer that on here, I'm afraid, mate.
I'm speechless.
Happier than me.
I'm not happy about any particular thing. I'm speechless. I don't think that call was right. I guess I'm bewildered as to what I might have missed.
Well, there must be another angle we didn't see that he did see. They might have gone to the third again, gone to the end of the pitch again.
Another wicket down. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not convinced on that either. It's not going to matter. New Zealand in big trouble here.
So, massive couple of balls there. Our scoreboard has decided to go to sleep. The over is...
Probably just in shock, Cam. It'll come back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. We'll get that fixed at some point. I do apologise for it lagging behind. It is the network issues here at UPro Colombo. The score is 15. This partnership's on -13, and we're through the 7th over. So 1 over remains. It will be bowled by Ashley Doble-Judge. Excuse me, the score is 13. Partnerships on -15. Difficult to read the red writing on the blue background on the scoreboard here in the venue.
Look, I feel a bit for Anika Todd here. The truth is she scored 5 10 as well. This isn't up to date, but Anika Todd, someone who's come in, she's played really well. She's a really good outdoor cricketer. Another full season of indoor would probably done her the world of good around some option taking, that kind of stuff. She's a really good player, and off to contracting outdoor cricket next week, hopefully back to playing the cricket in the future, because she's a real star in the making for New Zealand. She has got great skills. She can bowl great overs. They can make her into a great fielder, a great batter with just a little more time, I think.
So again, our on-screen scoreboard lagging behind. The score's currently 14, the partnership negative 14. Gibbs finds the net, 2 runs.
I like that from Todd. Just back your outdoor ability, Nika. It's up, whack it.
So again, the on-screen score is behind. The total is currently 20. Last ball of the partnership. And they're through for a single. The partnership have managed -7. New Zealand on 21, nearly 100 runs away. Australia in absolute control of this World Cup final. It will take, well, the equivalent of climbing Mount Everest here for New Zealand to prevent Australia from winning the world title once again.
Well, we've got a Kiwi out there. All we need is a Sherpa. We'll get top of Mount Everest, no trouble at all. Look, one thing I like about this is a sign that the Kiwis haven't conceded yet. They're going to send Marama down to here and they're going to have a crack. And can she do it? Of course not. Right? But at least if they don't send her out, they've conceded defeat and they're just playing for score from mine. So that's the right thing to do. Would have been really handy with 20 from the second partnership. This would have been a really good move. Now, 100 off 2 partnerships against Australia, the game's gone. But at least they're trying, I guess. At least they're not conceding it. They're going to go after it. I hope they're going to give Marama a free license to hit. Let her have a crack at it. She's a very good player.
Yeah, I think Saffron Wilson can hit a ball as well, so it doesn't just need to be one half of this partnership. I think the two of them get their eye in early and send a couple into the back court and see what we can see.
Yeah.
Easier said than done against Australia, though.
Yeah, look, to be honest, 100 against any side in 2 overs is, it's not that likely, but at least it's a positive move, and I like the way the Kiwis have operated this final.
Here's Nisha Isles.
Be nice to see Andrew Richardson with more than sort of 2 or 3 months with this side. He's come in very late, and I think he's done a really good job, and I like what he's doing tactically here.
Good for Andrew to have Robbie Heidman as assistant coach as well.
Oh, exceptional. And again,
pretty handy.
Yeah, exceptional. And Ribsy's a World Cup winning player and a World Cup winning coach. So he brings good experience. And Robbie Heidman's just been everywhere and done everything in the game. And he's a bit of a legend in New Zealand, fully respected. And if they get the 3 years, and the women's coaching role in New Zealand over the last few years has been a bit of a pass around. Not for just different coaches have had other things turn up and had to hand it over. It'd be nice to see them settle, give them 2 years. And really, the final key for New Zealand women's cricket is getting those players who can't be available. Where's Sky Bowden? Where's Lulu Matthews? Because they make a difference to this, and more importantly,
100%.
They put 2 22s back down on the 22s, and they make a difference down there as well. And they need time to get those players available, And hi to Sky and Lulu. I'm sure you're both watching him with a little bit of disappointment, but hopefully you'll get another turn not too far away. There we go. Well done, Saffron. That's quick.
So our on-screen score, unfortunately frozen. I'm sorry about that, folks. The score is 30, and we have a ball left in the 9th over. It is Marama Downs at the crease and Saffron Wilson at the non-striker's end. No run. So 9 runs from the over. It'll be second ball to start the next over.
I really do wish we saw this partnership in second. It would have been a prime time to attack. 28 on the board. Look, would they have come up short again? Potentially, yes. But I feel like that's an opportunity lost. These two more than capable of finding the back, and let's see if they get out there and have some fun.
Spills to the side net and then the back net. 4 runs. A desperate dive from Kylie Rattray, I think, has saved 1. A single there to Downs. I probably could have left. It would have been wide. Turns a 2 into a 1. Great shot from Downs for 2. Again, our on-screen scoreboard frozen, folks. Network issues here at UPro Colombo causing that. The score is currently 38. This third pair on 17 with 2 balls remaining in the 10th. Saffron Wilson on strike. As the rain starts to come down here at UPro Colombo. It'll be second ball now.
That's really coming down now.
Yeah, pelting down on the tin shed. Makes it to the back. Just the right angle for Wilson to get past the fielders and over the fielders to the back net for 4. This partnership on 21 after 2 overs. Courtney Hewitt will bowl the 11th over. Two runs to Saffron Wilson. And a second ball out. We just heard from Cameron from the Scored app. The laptop doing the scoring has to be restarted to give us the on-screen graphics back, so that's obviously not going to happen for the rest of the game. So we'll keep you up to date with the score as the match continues, folks. It's on 41 at the moment. 2 balls remain. After that, it's 43 with a ball to come in the 11th. That brings the over to an end of the partnership. Back to 24. With an over to come here in the third pair. Australia remain in control here in the World Cup final. It's going to be Megan Dixon to bowl. .45 on the board.
24 for the partnership. They'd like another 10 here, get to 35 for the partnership again. They're not going to get the game. But I'm sure just personally they'd like to finish on a real high, these two.
That's a good piece of fielding to get a hand to that. Keep it to 1.
Yeah, they both really showed just how much promise they have. Turning over the strike consistently. Occasionally outclassed with the loss of a wicket, but plenty to work on moving forward as they get a little bit more experience in their careers.
There's a wide. They'll get the ball again. So still 5 to come. And there's another. Second ball now. New Zealand will need to score. 4 balls remain in the partnership. The score is on 50. The partnership 29. Full toss and played on. Can you believe that?
No, I should be disappointed with that. And what's more, played on tentatively.
Yeah.
It was a full toss, but it needed to be hit positively. There it is. And a waist high full toss, above waist high full toss. To be fair, tough for her to hit.
Well, especially when you run at it. Great shot. The 2 to the tally for New Zealand. Oh.
Down stopped and started walking and still got home.
Some of the players out there perhaps starting to switch off a little.
Yeah.
A ball to come now in this third partnership. At 2, they post 29 to move the score to 50. They are 68 runs away from victory with 4 overs remaining in the match now. And that will be outside of New Zealand's reach. Australia 4 overs separating them now from another World Championship. They've never lost one. And the 2025 edition of the Indoor Cricket World Cup will be no exception. Crooks and Francis to bat last for New Zealand.
Yeah, and they'll be really keen to have a good finish as well. Crooks bowled a tough 16th over in this game. Perhaps not the normal place for her to bowl. Bowled a few wides, got hit for a few. Be nice for her if she can finish off with a nice 10 or 12 personal with the bat. Be a good way to finish when she looks back on this event.
Francis with 107 runs so far this week, and Crooks with just 72. Not their most favoured pair, but let's see if they can add to those totals.
going to be Delane Yowie to bowl. 50 is the score. Starts with a no ball too high. Played into the backward square leg net for 2. Plus the no ball. Be a dot ball. Next ball will be second ball. The old leg side out. Works a treat. Another wicket down.
Well bowled. Well enough bowled. Good bit of work.
So one ball remains now in the 13th. The score on 52.
Every wicket now greeted with a celebration. Not so much a celebration of the wicket, but a celebration of another step towards the championship.
That brings the over to an end. 3 runs from it with that wicket. And 3 overs remain in the World Cup final now. Here's Sam Dixon. Starts with a wide for the 14th over. Good rock. Crooks trying to play across the line on the onside. Played a miss, dot ball. It'll be second ball now. New Zealand have to score. Straight to Emily Valance. Oh, that's worth a shout. Not sure Rattray had the ball. It's just a question of did she have it at all? And Australia don't seem too fussed by it. Not out.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to see Australia review much from here. I think they're pretty happy to get towards the prize giving and get their World Cup. How long unbeaten for the women's team, Cam? How long unbeaten?
Sorry, say again.
How long is this team unbeaten for?
In World Cups?
Yeah.
Oh, since the first one.
Well, they haven't been in any round play games, any semi-finals.
Oh, yeah, they've been, well, yeah, I don't know.
It's a long time since they've been beaten at any level, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes is the answer. I don't know how long since they last lost the game. Last ball of the over. Maybe that's something Armin Khawaja can help me with. It brings the over to an end. Stop ball, they'll start the next one on second ball.
But the rest of the people back home in New Zealand will be pleased for the different times today. Only 10 p.m. on a Saturday night in New Zealand at the moment, I think, so he may well be around to help us out.
He'd be up anyway, wouldn't you? It's grand final day. Everyone's got to be up, Potts.
Kylie Rattray to bowl. The score is on 57. It is second ball. One run. Well, there's some suspicion, Paul Watson telling me that the last World Cup game they lost was in 2009. Don't know if they've lost anything in the interim. Score on 59. Again, it is second ball. Halfway through the 15th. New Zealand must score.
Well, outside of World Cups, if they'd lost it, I'd been a Trans-Tasman or an internal series with South Africa. I don't recall. Tash Williams got pretty close. Maybe they won one. Lulu Matthews tells me she's enjoying parenting mummy duty, but maybe back at some stage in the future.
Oh, special time.
Yeah. I think
Fantastic to hear that.
Lulu and Vic Davies' child is probably just under a year, something like that. Yeah, it is a special time. It's an amazing time, and enjoy it, Lulu. It flies past.
Ahmed Kawaja confirming Australia have definitely lost games. There was a Gold Coast Trans-Tasman that was 3-2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was Masters.
No. Opens. The recent one was Masters. Yeah, but there was one earlier.
Early on. Okay.
It was like a week earlier. The women played.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well done. Yep.
Last ball of the 15th. 2 runs to close out the over, and 6 balls remain in the Women's World Cup now. That's all that separates Australia from another world title. This has become a little bit of a coronation.
A few comments about the replay technology, Cam, and one of the things I'd say is that, better cameras, I get that we'd like better cameras, but let's acknowledge the money people have spent to put this court together and get this technology for us. We're a minor sport, we're player driven. Yep, look, HC cameras and all the rest of that stuff, cameras on the ground, all that stuff would be brilliant, but someone's got to pay for it all, and in the end that's the players. And to be honest, I think they've done the setup here for DRS is excellent overall. I think the setup here is a venue with a grandstand over there. They've pulled a court out of the way for that. It's been excellent. Given the restrictions of being in Colombo, I think they've done an amazing job.
Here's Ashley Doble judged to bowl the last over of the match. Chance at the top. Will just be one.
Absolutely, Bots. And you look at the staff that have been around here from Pro Colombo and many other from the broadcast. They've been here night and day throughout the entire tournament. So thank you to everything they've done.
Here, Chris. Well, I could do with a Coke Zero. 4 balls to go, Cam. There's a reason they're on a World Cup winning run, isn't there? They have been. New Zealand has come and given it to them early on. They really have done their best and played their best cricket. Australia's just absorbed and counter-attacked.
Through for 3. 3 balls left in the match now. 3 balls left in the World Cup. Players off the court for both sides begin to make their way to the back net here, where the entryway is into the court, where Australia will soon celebrate and New Zealand will commiserate. Two to come, the score on 72. Drag short, played backward of square for 2. And the final ball now, the 2025 Women's Indoor Cricket World Cup. It'll be Doble judged to bowl it. New Zealand get through for a single, and that'll do it. Australia are the 2025 Indoor Cricket World Champions. A comprehensive win here, 117 to 75. They were in trouble early in their batting innings. They knuckled down and finished strong and posted a dominant 117. New Zealand enjoyed a strong start, but Australia counter-attacked and took them out of the game in the second pair, and from there it's been all Australia, who are deserved world champions once more. It is heartbreak for New Zealand, but we do congratulate them on a wonderful tournament. We know that there's some great leadership there, some great talented youth, and they will be back to take on this world champion side Australia again. Paul Botterill, Chris Griffin, your final thoughts?
Look, I think first of all, for mine, it's a great summary, Cam. And I said earlier on that, this is a day about only two things, euphoria and tears. Euphoria for Australia, well deserved. I don't think there'll be too many tears from this New Zealand side. They've probably played close to as well as they can play. They've battled really hard. They've stayed in this battle. The truth is, this is an Australian side that hasn't been beaten in a World Cup in 30 years or 20 years. They're an excellent side, and this New Zealand side's come and given their best. I genuinely think their effort with the first 12 overs of the ball on the field is excellent stuff from them. And, in another era, when that Australian team isn't around, this side would be a winning team. So congratulations to Australia, because they absorbed pressure. I spoke to Billy downstairs, and I think he wanted to see them tested today. They were tested today, and they responded like champions, and that's why they're champions. To the New Zealanders, as Cam says, they'll be back. They'll be back and better. I hope that they settle on a coaching lineup for the next World Cup early and give a coach 3 years with them, get Marin and ensconce in that leadership role, see if they can get the best possible players in New Zealand working hard to come back and beat this Australian side, because it is possible.
117 to 74 roughly at the end. That's a pretty good scoreline for New Zealand considering the position. There's a few things that you could just see. Look, Krebs, Mason Jones, Francis Gibbs, Wilson, Downs, all young, all got plenty of time. They've got a big bright future ahead of them, and if they apply themselves and keep the group together and add a few parts, which we've talked about, they could be incredible. Now for Australia, you got to the experience they have. You could see it everywhere it went. They would just get wickets through experience, just doing the basics right, getting the movement. And Megan Dixon in the front court with her enthusiasm, I don't think I saw her not talking a single ball. That is the sort of energy you need if you're going to match the Australians. One shout out to Rattray, 34 runs off her own stick at the end. That is a big, big, big impact from a player coming in the last pair, looking to set a total, and that separated the two sides for me.
Cam's calling.
Now we'll just throw it down to Cam. He's on the court and he'll be ready for the presentation.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our World Cup finalists, Australia and New Zealand. I do really want to pay tribute to our runners-up, the New Zealand side. A wonderful tournament as usual, and they push and push and push. There's some great leadership in that team and some wonderful talented youth, and I know they'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our 2025 Indoor Cricket World Cup runners-up, New Zealand. That brings us to our champions. What a dominant tournament and a wonderful performance today to post 117 and defend it in such style. I'll ask the captain, Megan Dixon, to come forward and Tahi Ali Khan to present the trophy. Here are your winners and still the indoor cricket champions of the world, Australia.
And bad mistakes.
Congratulations to Australia. Don't go anywhere, folks. Coming up next, the men's final between Australia and New Zealand.